Good morning, sheep fans. Cammy's the name, sheep's the game, and in today's video we are going to be dozing some sheep because we've had another one die. I'm going to talk through why it died and what we're doing to try and stop it happening again. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, helps the channel loads. Let's roll the intro. We are dozing with Zanil today. I'm going to explain why we're dozing with that, of course, once we get some sheep in and we have some action shots. But first I just wanted to show you how we set up for Zano, because it's quite unusual, Zano. With most products, you doze by body weight, and it is kind of similar with Zano, that you doze by body weight, but if the sheep is over 45 kilograms, they all get 20 mil. So you see that it's 4.5 mil per 10 kilos, until she gets to 45 kilo and over, and then it's just 20 mil. This Tapari is good for showing you guys how far behind I am with the editing. Where are we? Not September, not October, we're October, November. And it is the 19th today, unbelievable. Except, now dosing gun 1, we have a new product to add, so add a treatment. Product name, Zanil, accept. Don't worry about that, I'm not worried about all that kind of stuff, although if you were using the Tapari spreadsheets which they create, fill all that in and bang, your medicines are done. Now rate per animal, one dose rate is 20 ml, so it's the rate per animal is 20 ml per one animal. Save. Now when I go to dosing treatment 1, Zanil is here, see it, done, click save. Very good. Manual release, auto draft gate, entry gate auto. Oh, it's not even switched on. I've done that before. Right, that's it. Come on, big sheepies. Okay, so first thing I'm going to say straight away, guys, is the change in the condition of these sheep is absolutely incredible from what they were. And that's, they went on to such a good flush. They've went from being, you know, we did this and the average weight was 59 kilos for the mules, so it'll be interesting to see what the weight is here today. Okay, so 70 kilo sheep to start, and the gun, I think the gun flickers because of the frame rate setting on my phone, but it doesn't flicker in real life, I must say. But it's 20 mil, every sheep's going to be 20 mil, we've got that set up. The great thing with this gun though is, you know, if you had a smaller gun and you're doing 20 mil, it'd be 210s. This gun just does it for you, so we just boom, does the 2 dunts and we let her go, gates are all shut, release, 70 kilos, great to see. Now her previous weight there in the street, 63 kilos. This one previous weight, that's tremendous. There you go, that's what she's put on since the 1st of October. No, 9th of October she was done, sorry. She has put on 5 kilos, this one. I find this stuff fascinating. 5 kilos, lass, well done. You're an old girl as well. Okay. I'll just get the pedal set up so I can catch and release with the pedal. As always, we just flick this out and flick this in. There we go. I can just stand at the front, doze. She's 89 kilos. She's up 12 kilos from a previous weight. Wow, well done. Love seeing all this stuff. Now, why are we dozing with Zano? That's the question that some of you will be asking. The main reason why we have the ewes getting dosed with Zano, well, it's because after that sheep died and we took it for a post-mortem and the results came back saying that it had acute liver fluke. Panic is the first thought, because obviously we've done them all with a triclobenzol based drench, so we're thinking all the worst things. Resistance, you know, are the rest of my sheep infected with liver fluke? Are we going to have more dead sheep? So we went around and we took dung samples and I took them to the vet. Vet tested the dung samples and thankfully no other sign of liver fluke. Now, an interesting thing I learned about liver fluke and triclobenzol is, for triclobenzol to actually work, there has to be a functioning liver. So for that sheep, the state of her liver that it was in, the triclobenzol wouldn't actually work on her because of the state of her liver, not because of resistant fluke, because her liver was already so badly shot with the fluke that was there, and Alan the vet reckons that the fluke has probably been there since last spring. So how could the fluke have been there since last spring? Well, we reckon either she wasn't dosed in the spring and was missed somehow, or there's always a chance she spatted those out, or something has happened that this sheep has had this fluke in her all summer. And yeah, probably is a bit of negligence on our part, because it's unlikely that there's been a resistant product used. It's maybe been that she's been missed somehow, or as I say, there's always a chance maybe a dose was spat out as we did it. It's a very interesting fact, I thought, and one I didn't know about before. And so often people get straight on the high horse and go resistance to triclobenzol, which there is plenty of. But that is also another factor to consider, is that the liver has to be functioning for triclobenzol to take effect. And we think that's what's happened in this case, because everything else, all the dung samples, are negative for liver fluke. So it looks like we've had a good kill from the triclobenzol. But why am I then dosing them with a fluticide? Let's explain. This is a homebred Cheviot mule. Great to see them in such fettle. She is, oh, look at this one. Let me have that camera there, Marissa. Wait till you see this, guys. She has went from, on the 1st of October, she was 70, no she wasn't, she was 67 kilos. She's now 79 kilos, 12 kilos on. In how many days? 49 days, it says there on the bottom middle. That's incredible. This is why the sheep end up so big at lambing time. And I mean, I've got to say, that must be a good flush, because we were really hard on the sheep, and I think that is why we got such a good scan last year. We were really hard on them before it, like they were lean, and they went on to just a beautiful fresh bite, and they just bloomed up like they have done. So going off subject there, why are we using Zano? Well, there was no liver fluke detected in the dung samples, but there was rumen fluke. Now, rumen fluke, although not fatal for a sheep, it's commonly believed, and there is evidence to back it up, that it causes productivity issues, i.e. a lack of lambs or poor scanning percentages. And vet's advice was, Zano is a great product for tackling the rumen fluke, and it's good to do it, but not essential, was the way it was put to me. And his advice was that I should do it. So these ones here at home are very easy to do, because we have this Tapari set up. It's easy to run them in, the pens are all here. So we're at least going to do these and maybe compare them to some other sheep we haven't done. If we don't get round to doing them all, it's a big job to get them all in, dose them now, and then dose them again for fluke in a few months' time, or a couple of months' time, because they'll still need done again with a Clasanto-based drench at New Year's. It's just weighing it all up, whether we should or shouldn't. These are easy to do. We're doing it with these, and we're going to get them through the foot bath as well, and it's a win-win today. And it'll be great to see, and you guys will see it as well, how it affects the scanning percentages on the sheep that haven't been done for the rumen fluke. And maybe the vets can use it as a case study as well. A very rough, cami type case study. I should say that Tapari have just released a new update for the system. They can update the gun, and it now means that after I dose the sheep, it will automatically release her. I just haven't done the update yet. The guy's messaged me, says, Cammy, you need to update your gun, and I just haven't done it yet, so I'm still using the foot pedal. It's not that much harder, but it is pretty cool now. Usually, if I had updated it, I would dose the sheep, and then it just releases, so I just literally stand here and dose. I don't need to step. How lazy am I going to get? Worried sick. Foot bathing next. Now, full disclosure, this was #gifted from Taff Valley, but we're trying to get away from this formula. Rather than burning the eyes and nose off us, we're using this stuff instead. So when I asked for an alternative, this is what was suggested. Go away and try it, see how I get on. And Big Rab Lawson at East of Scotland Farmers says I have to make sure and tell you he sells it as well if you're looking for it. I should say the foot bathing is quite an easy job for us here, if the ewes don't wreck the place because they're so big and heavy now. Oh, don't knock the gate down before you're through it, girls. Oh, perfect. The Lufern, one negative I must say is that we run them through this muck first, which isn't great, but They do have a pool of, that's like the old foot stuff we put out this bath, and it transfers over, so hopefully they'll wash a wee bit, then a bit cleaner than the actual stuff we've just mixed up. Very little amount of that stuff needed. And of course, if anyone has a foot bath like this and you're wondering how to work out the volume of it for mixing, remember it's just length by width by depth times, and that's your volume. Dead easy. The dogs, you guys always like to see the dogs, of course. Fern, the bane of my life, but I was going to say we love her anyway, we like her anyway. Does that sound better, Marissa? Yeah. She has her moments. She's a good kep, as we would say here. The girls just wander through at a nice steady pace. I mean, I must say, we were having real problems with feet, and the last time the sheep were in, we ran them through this stuff, and you know, I'm not saying it's just because we used this stuff and formalin wouldn't have done the same job, but certainly the feet have been good since. The big boy. And that's it. Myself and Marissa are going to put the sheep back out. We're going to let them stand in the stone pen here for a bit. We're going to have some cheese on toast for lunch and then run them back to the field. That's it for this one, sheep fans. I'm looking over there because the camera's here. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.